leads into La Chapelle, but he's wide. Fabio Quartararo is then second. Great start for Dovi. He's up inside.
He's doing a bit of a demolition job right now on Fabio Quartararo. He was very, very brave to get on the inside of Cal Crutchlow, given his lack of experience. Arno too, out of Barcelona when he was on course for a podium, and now he's been dumped out at turn 3 on lap. The rain conditions in FP1 on Friday morning. Up the inside of Jean Zarco, quite easily there. Smith
in Mugello, he's third on the grid and leads here in France.
Ducati have never won in Le Mans. Ducati have never locked out a Moto Gp.
Looking to try and challenge Fabio Quartararo up the inside into turn 1, and he makes it stick as well.
Off Polispargaro there, that's a battle rage at the 4th and 5th.
Vinales had a disaster.
He pounces, it's now a factory Ducati 1-2. Petrucci leading the way from the Vizioso. Miller in 3rd place.
Ducati 1-2-3 here. A shock start to this French Grand Prix. It's stopped raining, but it's a Yamaha rider.
Wow, Rossi, Vinales, Aleix Spargaro and Mia involved in that early shutdown in turn 3. Let's a little bit too keen on the gas, and that really cost the 2 Suzukis, didn't it? Look at that, Rossi rear tyre.
Right, back at the front we go. Danilo Petrucci leads from Dovi, Miller. Then it's Quartararo Rins, who is back on the podium. Look at him. He was 16th on the grid.
What happened in Valencia 2018? We've made an excellent job there. He's in 7th place. He's being chased now by a fellow Brit, Bradley Smith, who's revelling in
that 4th spot. And in a moment, Fabio Quartararo is going to see a Suzuki alongside him, and he might just momentarily worry which Suzuki.
Fair. That means Rins up inside the top 5.
Miguel Oliveira
on the back of that battle involving Quartararo and Crutchlow. Simon, you got some tyre info?
Guys, just wanted to let you know, Rins, who's medium. Zarco is also gambled for the medium, and Mia too.
Yeah, Fabio Quartararo, can he get through it? The second corner, yes he can.
Yeah,
so Crutchlow then now pushes Fabio Quartararo. Vinales still struggling down in 19th place. He's doing 150s at the moment. Vinales on the circuit. Danilo Petrucci 147.733. Couple of tenths quicker than Dovizioso.
Bradley Smith going
a bad lap last time around. He did a 51.3, and that's dropped him down to 20th place. Probably
dry. The 4 Yamahas looked outstanding.
Yeah, it's got
and they're following. They're dropping without trace. Morbidelli and Vinales lose.
Yeah, no, he can just go for it, roll the dice. And what about Dovizioso, of course? This is massive for the champion. And Alex Marquez said thank you very much. He took both of them. Now Quartararo's got problems here, because behind him as well are coming Morbidelli and Vinales. Vinales strikes through on Morbidelli. Just behind them is Joan Mir, who's trying to...
6's nobody close to that right now.
Well, there was a spell when we had a few wet races, 2017, 2018, where 3 in the front, and we know how good Jack Miller is in mixed conditions and full wet conditions, and he's doing a great job there in 3rd place. They are.
As you can see, the graphic to the left, Quartararo there in 10th on 114 points as it stands. Can you believe how this race has turned out? And there is so much time left as well.
These are going to be certainly very, very cold.
Well, Ducati fans on the fan wall, I bet you're liking what you see so far.
There you go, Quartararo, that was coming. You can see that coming a mile up on the last lap. Taka Nakagami was being punished certainly by Joan Mir, being punished by the likes of Dovizioso and Miller at the moment.
And get this,
It was wet. He couldn't believe how much confidence he got from those Michelin rain tyres. The tyres were so grippy, so it's hard actually to teammate Cal Crutchlow just behind him.
Rain stopped again now on the start-finish straight, but Bradley Smith in 7th. He's just up ahead of number 73 of Alex Marquez and Miguel Oliveira. Quartararo.
Zero experience in wet weather racing in Moto Gp. He doesn't look like that at all, does he? 85, that's impressive. 45.8, almost half a second quicker than Jack Miller ahead of him.
Yeah, you just in to change motorcycles, Matt, unless it's almost bone dry and you're going to gain like heaps of time on slick.
Petrucci. The problem is he's got 2.5 seconds to Briggs to get on the coattails of Jack Miller.
He's copy a picture there. He's got into his groove far too late, but he's lapping well. Is Pecco Bagnaia. Look at this.
Trio.
Alex Marquez, confident. Brilliant move from the number 73. The motor.
He's using some of that craft gear as well to excel in these conditions. Back with your top 3, and it's getting tight at the top. Another 145.8, back-to-back 45.8 from Rins, half a second quicker than that trio ahead of him yet.
Would there be team orders for Petrucci, given the positions in the championship of Dovi and Miller?
Over the Bugatti circuit in Le Mans, Alex Rins has got some incredible pace at the moment. 45.
He's got incredible pace, Rins. This would do him a few favours in the World Champions. So there, it's in the background behind Ken Kawachi, watching on with the most famous clipboarding. He's not being followed by number 42 at present. He's being followed by 43, but it may well soon be. 19 laps to go. We've only just got over a third race distance. And again, the
45. Petrucci got close on that last lap. 46.174 from him.
Dovizioso.
Yeah, because they will know how good Alex Rins was in 48.1. He's just so far off the pace right now. You can excuse him, of course, he's got no experience.
Who cares? It's right on the tail of Cal Crutchlow at the moment. He's going to make light work of that. He might just be going through to 6th place in a moment.
Blur section, and it's the blue Suzuki of Alex Rins that's really started to come into contention now.
Yeah, and you might think there's lap coming in here from Alex Rins as we cross the line with 17 laps to go. It's tipping down.
Yeah, Rins a guide for Smith, crawling away from the scene of the incident. Big high side on Friday
to find a way through. He knows the situation ahead of him. He dropped down the hill then into turn 7.
Low in 6th.
But he's got brilliant rhythm right now, and he'll know that he's got all the time in the world. He's reeling them in. He can see, well, Quattararo then, as a result of Smith going down, has made another point up. He's in 10th. Mia's still out of the
courtesy of Smith's early exit.
From the Red Bull KTM rider.
Yeah, Petrucci, Dovizioso and Miller then dip into the 45 now on the factory KTM. Did say coming into this weekend he's so contender, so time to throw a bit more caution to the wind in pursuit of that first win. At the moment, he's a bit too far away to contend for the bigger prizes, and here is your World Championship leader then, Fabio Quattararo, entered the races. Light work than of his compatriot into those first couple of corners.
Yeah, so
Ducati in these conditions, so not as comfortable as he was back in the day on the Yamaha. It's Alex Rins, 44.959, best lap of the Grand Prix so far, 6/10 faster.
Number 42, whose podium in Catalonia was his first since the win in Silverstone.
Of their first ever lockout of a Moto Gp podium, but Alex Rins about to gate crash that particular party right now.
Alex Marquez and Miguel Oliveira all lapping quicker than Petrucci, Dovi and Miller. And there's still
Ferraro's day might be getting worse, although Joan Mir here, second in the World Championship right now than Petrucci, but his rhythm he's finding a little bit too late. Yeah, makes sense for the tyres. This is the first lap, turn 3. We're going to see Rossi perish very early on here.
Well, this didn't help Joan Mir's call.
Maverick Vinales did also. So straight away on the back foot with 2 sprints.
Comes Rins up the inside, the door's open, Rins moves into 3rd, but he runs wide, and Miller on the cutback retakes 3rd.
Into a mistake.
On board with Alex Rins then now, looking at the Ducati up ahead. On the exit 9, change of direction, the Suzuki will be much faster through here on the power.
I wouldn't discount Paulus Weiger out.
His form has been so off colour for so long. Petrucci's just doing a brilliant job out front.
Generate those heat in the tyres and keep it there. But he has not made a mistake so far. It's Vinales and Aleix Espargaro.
Mir might well see Fabio Quattararo actually as a goal here to pass for precious point.
Like a rookie and a relative novice in these kind of conditions, doesn't he? Alex Marquez, kudos to the Repsol Honda man.
Out for victory as it stands with 13 laps to go.
Yeah, Mir about 3 seconds behind Fabio Quattararo. The point scoring contention, Tito Rabat unfortunately has gone down at turn 4.
As yet, in these tricky conditions in Le Mans, in the wet, no one expected a wet race here today. Rins fans as well, quite excited at the prospect of what he could do as Mir tries here to get into the points.
And we're going to get a flashback. Miller into turn 3. So Miller back into 4th place. Rins now sets this.
It was a wonderful weekend for him in Catalonia 2 weeks ago. There won't be 2 men on the podium here in the World Championship.
Yeah, Mir's looking good now, isn't he? And Miller, he retaliates straight away then on Alex Rins down by the berth.
Dobby's just reeled in Petrucci a bit. Look how close these guys further back are. Alex Marquez and Paulus Weiger.
yet again at 1:44.6. The only man anywhere near the 44s right now that would win at some point this year. We didn't think it would be the number 73, but he's going to go right. Go at it right.
Race leader Danilo Petrucci, and we've still got 11 laps to go.
Yeah, and you can now see Paul Espargaro and Alex Marquez in the pair have also found good speed at this stage of the race. There's still 11 laps to go here in Le Mans, plenty of time.
There's some spice left in this French Grand Prix as yet, dropping down the hill into turn 8.
They're behind Danilo Petrucci, or is he pushing as hard as he possibly can to keep himself on the coattails?
Important this is for the World Championship, especially with Fabio Quartararo down in 11th place, but
there's a big gap from Oliveira back to Nakagami of nearly 4 seconds, but Crutchlow and Oliveira are also coming in 44s.
Yeah, the fastest lap of the top 7 is Miguel Oliveira now in 7th. Amazing.
Remind yourself, give yourself a little tap on the head that this guy has never raced a Moto Gp bike in rain conditions before.
Like having gone down, now there's no one from this top group because we're watching them, but someone has.
Every time you hear those sort of straight of his world title hopes, Morbidelli down there at turn 4 by the looks of it. Dobby hasn't shown
for Franco Morbidelli, or is it out of turn 4?
One of our cameras dangling as well down from the back of that Petronas Yamaha SRT machine. They're now back behind you, racing the Petrucci, and Dovizioso's made his move. Finally, Andrea Dovizioso has shown a front wheel.
From the power on Alex Rins as well. This race is on here in France. Who wins this one? Any one of 7 riders in 7th place.
You know what? There's a podium there for Cal Crutchlow, and he knows it. That's bitterly disappointing.
Why the old fox goes through. This is just all playing into the hands of Thomas Guy. Miller puts his arm up. He's got to allow him back
place. Dovizioso got picked up by Rins and Miller on the inside.
Turn 9, that was. And now Paul Espargaro and Alex Marquez are in this. Well in it.
Angling down the side of the bike, was it Miller on the inside of Rins, brave into the first corner. Jack Miller, we know, certainly not lacking brave.
Out of turn 8, and now he's down to 4th. Let's watch this again then. Side by side for Dovi and Petrucci.
Dovi and Petrucci. How on earth did Alex Rins keep that upright? That front tyre would have been
Here's Paul Espargaro and Alex Marquez.
That incident really seemed to disturb Dobby, doesn't it? Because he's not been able to get back on turn. The place.
What's he doing? Here he's out. He's got smoke coming out of the back of the bike.
I wasn't sure. Yeah. Oh, Miller.
What a disaster for his world. A Repsol Honda win. What a shame you have to feel for Jack Miller. A great chance.
Gp World Championship.
How peculiar. I mean, it's another point that goes in favour of Fabio Quartararo. By the way, Suzuki's dreams of winning here.
There's going to be no repeat of Chris Moulin's heroics here. 13 as a mechanical on the previous lap when he was second. It's the curse of second place in Le Mans. To his airbox, put him out in Misano. Now it's another cruel mechanical problem that's put him out. And Alex Marquez can win.
We may well have Marquez versus Dovi again, but it's younger brother, the Moto 2 World Champion.
Alberto Puig, Takeo Yokoyama, look on. They know, they've seen it so many times, and Marquez do the significant gap at the front of this French Grand Prix. His lead, 2.7 seconds.
He's bolting, he's quicker than any of them at the moment. Set this race.
Mir was a bit twitchy there coming out the final corner as he tries to find a way through on Maverick Vinales. He rode his luck a few times, hasn't he, so far this year, Maverick Vinales. Wow, catch your breath. Miller out with the mechanic. Got going
rejoined, but you do wonder, don't you? No, that's
a strap from the mark
to go here. Dovi on this lap alone has just reeled in Petrucci by a couple of tenths. Has he now
strap on the back of Alex Rins Suzuki? Strap yourselves in, folks, for what could be a thrilling finale to this Le Mans Grand. Fabio Quartararo down in 8th right now. Joan Mir down in 11th place.
Rider on the circuit is Johan Zarco in 7th. He's not close enough to have a say in this battle right now, but
4.5s. In fact, Andrea Dovizioso having to dig deep here to keep Marquez, the rookie, behind him, because he just said it's the surface at this moment in time. That's why Zarco gaps dropping here. On a big start, Steve. Petrucci now just the 1.6
back into the World Championship.
And these 5 points are just monumental. These are huge.
These Michelin wet tyres. The gap 1.7 seconds through sector 3.
To tell him he's got a mechanical. He's obviously been so desperate to get back out of the action. He took some of the Marshall kick.
Zarco at 43.511.
from Johann Zarco. Incredible pace. The camera, isn't it? He's going to try and release it.
It's actually racket again to try and pick up any available point. 4 laps to go here in France. Danilo Petrucci is 1.6 seconds clear.
Petrucci, it's not a guarantee he's even going to finish on the podium, let alone win this Grand Prix, because Dovi,
aren't they? They can see that Paul Espargaro is on the brink here. He can see the race leader. He can see these guys are pulling them.
yeah, that was a big twitch. Alex Marquez would have seen that. Thought he was going to try and tap Dovi into recover, and then he did a 44.5. Zarco again is well into the low 143s. If Zarco...
Chappelle, but closing the door there is Dovizioso. The gap's back up to 1.8 and Marquez is through.
At the moment, can Alex Marquez then now find a way through to claw back a 1.8 second
Of this French Grand Prix.
which is well for Marquez, and he got the gas out of garage there. They're all starting to hit. Incredible. We've packed in some serious drama so far, haven't we, in 2020? Thankfully, we've still got 5 races for the job that his man Alex Marquez is doing right now.
Miguel Oliveira is now ready to...
Dobby, 45.2 on that last lap, 8 tenths slower than Alex Marquez.
look at Paul Espargaro
He's
here.
got no grip, Dobby.
Alex Marquez is just 1.2 seconds down on Danilo Petrucci now. He's eating that gap alive. So could win this.
Really
He's stuck in another 43.3.
How many successive laps is that now? The fastest lap he can do. He can't attack, he can't defend. Oliveira just sweeps on through. Defence to 3. Let's check the gap between Petrucci and Marquez. It's still at 1.2 seconds. Petrucci doing a fantastic France.
Become a young pretender. Alex Marquez changed that. Paul Espargaro's got some speed here as well.
So the gap between Petrucci and Marquez, it stayed at that 1.2 seconds. Does Alex Marquez, Miguel Oliveira behind him, to hang on to 4th spot.
Never ridden a Moto Gp bike in.
So easy to crash. He's been flawless and formidable in this race, Alex Marquez. Absolute same kind of rear tyre problems that Dovizioso's having.
We're coming to the closing stages of this Moto.
Fair.
Unbelievable. Quattararo then losing ground on Joan Mir, but it's all eyes at the front in the final sector to Quattararo. Scrapped it out for, can you believe, 9th place.
I've got to say, Petrucci's been absolutely awesome. He has been.
Result for him. And what a race for Alex Marquez. His first ever MotoGP podium. Paul Espargaro.
Ecstasy down in the Repsol Honda garage for Alex Marquez. Absolutely phenomenal. He did so much of the front running in that French Grand Prix. What a podium here in France. Petrucci.
But it's too late now. I remember you.
Start pada barisan ketiga memang membuat Valentino Rossi kurang puas. Tapi di balik itu, Rossi menyimpan amunisi yang disiapkan untuk balapan. Sebelum kita lanjutkan, jangan lupa klik subscribe dan aktifkan lonceng notifikasinya agar tidak ketinggalan berita-berita terbaru dari kami. Simpan amunisi. Valentino Rossi yakin bisa rebut podium. Pembalap Monster Energy Yamaha Valentino Rossi percaya diri dengan peluang yang dimilikinya pada balapan MotoGP Emilia-Romagna 2020. Kualifikasi MotoGP Emilia-Romagna 2020 tak berjalan seperti yang Valentino Rossi harapkan. Pada sesi yang berlangsung di sirkuit Misano, Valentino Rossi gagal mengamankan 2 baris start terdepan. Rossi akan start dari barisan ketiga, tepatnya di posisi ke-7. Bersama Franco Morbidelli, Petronas Yamaha SRT, dan Danilo Petrucci, Ducati. Penampilan Rossi sebenarnya tidak terlalu buruk. The Doctor belum beruntung karena lajunya terhalang pembalap lain ketika sedang melakukan time attack. Rossi mengakhiri sesi dengan waktu lap terbaik 1 menit 31,436 detik. Catatan itu sempat membuatnya berada di posisi ke-6 sebelum tergusur ke posisi ke-7. Rossi mengaku tidak puas dengan hasil yang diraihnya di kualifikasi. Pasalnya, dia merasa memiliki potensi untuk meraih hasil yang lebih baik. Benar, saya hanya terpaut 0,3 detik dari pole. Tetapi saya memiliki potensi